Hello everybody and welcome back for another exciting episode of Let's Play World of Warcraft Cataclysm with Sil. Here we go, we're at the Calcin Estate moving through the Terrasol Glades to do some quests. You know what, I'm kind of excited to level this character all the way to 85 with you guys. Because honestly, I'm getting pretty high there myself. I'm level 84 on my main. And I gotta say, I'm really liking the quest. There's a lot of things there I remember and a lot of parodies. There's an entire zone that's in an Indiana Jones film. Which was funny because a friend of mine who has nothing to do with WoW was talking about Indiana Jones at the time. You're going to probably see me do a lot of farming when it comes to doing my herbs. Just because, you know, I'd rather scale that up since this character's going to 85. There's only one character who I won't even give a profession to till level 85. And that's my DK. So you get to see the Void Ray in action. It's pretty much the ultimate tank for Warlocks. Way back when in Classic, a mildly high level, for the dungeon at least, Warlock could almost solo pretty much most of the lower level Classic dungeons using just their freaking douchebag. I'm not a big fan of them just because everything dies too fast, and I prefer using the Imp. But I also, at the same time, I realize it's a lot quicker, and you guys, may like it a bit more if I use the quicker solution. Also, they have a thing called Cataclysm Warlocks. That is badass. They have the thing that broke the world. This is a new quest. Variety is the spice of death. I have no idea how many games have used that as an achievement. I know Gears of War 2 did. I didn't know World of Warcraft was actually going to add it in as a quest. This is a quest. This is the first time I've done it. Thankfully, I'm an herbalism, so any quest where I need to gather a form of plant makes it appear on my minimap. You got to think of things like this when you're making characters, just because it can really help with the starting area you're in. Not always. I mean, there's not really many that make you gather ore, but sometimes there are, and if you're a miner, it makes it that much easier because they show up. That's my little helpful hint for the day. Do shit that makes things go easier. Who knew? Oh look, I found an item that gives a quest. That's also new, I think.
To target something.
For some reason, I don't think that's completely new. I'm pretty sure I had that happen before. I'm not entirely sure. So, how many of you watching this are playing in the Cataclysm right now? I'm curious. I get a good... One of my World of Warcraft videos has 200 views, like, no comments. So, I'm a little... even if it's just a, good vid, or... I like Warlocks, too. I do enjoy getting comments from people, and I'll reply to them pretty much all the time. Just because I get so few, and you know what? I think it's very important for anyone doing anything on YouTube to realize that they're doing it for an audience, and you should be interactive with your audience. That's my little YouTube pump for the day. Alright, let's smash it. This caster, I'm really liking her, and I'm really liking the updated look. For some reason, they changed the look of the gear. It just seems to move and flow more, and I really like it. It's kind of just cool to see her walking around with the cape flapping in the wind. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I haven't been on this character since my last recording match, just because I need to get them uploaded first, so I don't have, 50 World of Warcraft videos and audio files stashed in my computer. So I'm going to try and record a few straight right now. I have a chemistry final, this Friday at 7 o'clock at night. So I'm basically going to stay up till like 3 today playing World of Warcraft and recording. I'm going to record a bunch right now, and then I'm going to play pretty late into the night, watch some show and everything. I'm pretty much going to pull an all-nighter tonight and then go right into studying tomorrow around noon, and then I'm going to pretty much cram and just go over the work over and over and over again till I have it all down pat for my midterm, because even though it's one of the classes I'm doing the best in, I have really low marks this semester. You know what? It's getting really hard to write the way professors want me to write, and not the way I love to write. and it's really getting more difficult. So it's probably one of the reasons, oh shit, I fell. I'm doing so good in chemistry is that it involves very little actual writing. It just recalls doing formulas and equations. Though I'm not that great at them, I can do them. At this point, I have no idea where any of this shit is, so I'm just reading it through. These pumpkins have a purpose. And the little mini-map lets me know where they're at. I love the mini-map. So yeah, I'm gonna be on World of Warcraft a little bit less this week, strictly because of that. I have to work Wednesday too for 3 hours or so, so that's gonna take a huge chunk of the time I would be studying, because I have to go in early, and then I have to get to work, go to work, get home late, sleep, and then study all the next day. So today's Monday, yeah.
Yes.
So pretty much, well, tomorrow throughout all the week, I'm gonna be studying. I'm gonna try and get as close to 85 as I can tonight, and try finishing up tomorrow morning before noon.
Beware, our enemies abound.
Yeah, your daddy's gonna rescue you, I'm sure. I'm gonna try my best. Hoorah, kampai, and get her done. Oh well. I have to register for next semester's courses. I'm going to be working a little bit harder on schoolwork next semester, but I'll still have time to record and everything. It'll be good. Hopefully. I'm pretty sure that my English essays I've taken will at least bump my mark up to a C or a D. From whatever the hell they may be. You know, an X. You suck. Why the hell did you even show up? I love how quickly the Alliance turns on people. I mean, look at that. She was like his childhood friend, her father. They're like, kill her. She got a disease. She's not worth keeping alive. Come on, come into the cage with me. You don't need to be a scourge. You can be forsaken like us. We're cool. We can be hunters now. We trump life. Who needs Muad'Dins when you have undead hunters? God, they're sexy. Yeah. I've been playing around with some new stuff. I have a Goblin Death Knight, I'll admit. I didn't want to pay for a race change. I had already done that, so I wasn't gonna do that again. Though it would be cool making my 80 Undead Priest and 80 Goblin Priest, or something like that. That would be kind of cool, I'll admit. I'm not going to, because it's like $25. But it is a nifty little idea. He's out of the starting zone. The DK starting zone is annoying just because you're at level 60, but you can't queue for anything because it doesn't let you leave. This is the exact same as the freaking worgen starting zone. I have a level 13 worgen druid. Kitty form. I'm a feral tank. I'm a person that turns into a wolf, that turns into a bear. I know it's ridiculous, but I love it. And their starting quest line takes you up to and beyond. I still haven't finished it. Level 13. By then, you can queue for dungeons. You can queue for battlegrounds at level 11. So, I mean, I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, queue. No, I get teleported randomly away. I understand the need because the story is really moving. There's a lot of cinematics. I love it because I'm a lore junkie. I play World of Warcraft not for endgame, not for PvP, but because I enjoy the stories. And that's why I'm kind of really getting into it now, because it's like a brand new game with all the new little twists and turns and everything they've included into it. It's really a new game for me to play. Oh my god, it's a silver spawn named Mod. I'ma kill it. Basically, that silver gray dragon up there means it's a named unit. It's not an elite, but it's special. At high levels, they can drop some pretty decent loot. I actually found one in one of the cataclysm zones in Hyjal called Blazewing. I was just flying around farming some minerals to make some upgraded gear with my blacksmithing skill. And lo and behold, a freaking phoenix flies by. I freak out. There's no one riding it. I know it's not a mount. I freak out. I pull it. I'm there, clicking like a madman, trying to throw off an instant range attack. I'm a warrior. I have one of those. But I do it. It rocked. I was doing great. I mean, it was like a level 80 elite. I can easily handle that. I pulled it onto a cliff. I was really twitchy because I knew there was alliance and other horde around who would for farming, and they would notice and take it. So I pulled it to the nearby cliff without realizing that it put me in a position where I only had a few feet to stand and fight. And it started ruling area-based dots, which basically means it would consecrate the ground. And if I'm in it, I take a lot of damage per second, and he put a weakness on me to the type of damage he was dealing. So pretty much every second I was taking increasingly more damage, and it sucked. It was terrible. I got pwned. And I'm there yelling at my friend who I was in party with and in vent with, get to it! And she's freaking it. Oh god, it was a blast though. I can't wait to find that thing again. Though I probably never will. Why am I making these? I would get more upgrades making the belts. I don't know. Sometimes I just do things without noticing. When I do professions, I tend to not look at the screen just because it's an auto bar. I tend to not care quite a bit. But yeah, I'm really liking WoW again. The worgens, if you play WoW and you haven't made a worgen strictly because you're a horde player, you know what? A lot of us horde players are older and more mature. This is true. If you take an age thing, you'll probably find they're older because we're more jaded and cynical. We like the darker storylines. We relate more to the races of the horde because they are darker. They have experienced things that the others, though have experienced, remain, chipper, like gnomes and dwarves are still jolly and drunkards. Whereas the undead are jaded creatures born of a plague. The trolls have been massacred and kicked from their home. And everything, it's a darker race. But if you really are just not playing the worgen because they're alliance and because you're don't play alliance, I mean, you really should break that stereotype and at least make a worgen. I mean, I know a lot of the times the alliance on the servers are so powerful, and often you won't find people who will help you play even though you really need help, just because it's near on impossible to do alliance quests on your own. But the biggest thing I can tell you is give it a shot, because it's a dark, really dark storyline. It's very mature, and it's very moving. It's very captivating. It's powerful. It's a story. Take the time and read the quest through. Don't just say, oh, it's a collect quest. Oh, it's a kill quest. Look at the map. Okay, this is where I need to go to find the units I need to kill. Let's do it. No, you gotta think a little bit more into it. Because if not, then you're just playing any freaking first-person shooter. It's Call of Duty. You play without thinking. You stop thinking. Everything you do is instant. Sometimes I'll realize I'm not even breathing when I play that game. I forget. You just play in the moment. That's what I mean. You need to be able to think. You need to be able to read and go, oh, wow. So we're getting pushed back that far. I didn't realize things were this bad. Listen to what the characters say, because they'll say things that aren't part of the quests, but dialogue, speeches. They're really moving. I mean, some of the writing for World of Warcraft is genuinely good. Not all of it. No, dear God, not all of it. A lot of it is crap. But some is good and some is worth reading. And I highly recommend Worgen to anyone who enjoys a dark story.